welcome back everybody to Naruto D&D. As always, I am your host. With us, we have Nick as Jim,
Guys,
Travis as Silas,
Hi.
Erica as Lane,
Hello.
and Mike as Silver.
You.
Silver Mike.
Also, shout out to fucking Hero who would be here, however, due to my fuck up, was not able to.
Yeah.
So
Blame the GM.
Unlike most of the other conditions in this one, he will be with you this whole time, walking through completely conscious and making his own decisions. I have gone over them with him preemptively.
So, fun fact for you: every time I move the map around, you guys freeze. For real.
Weird.
That's fucking weird. Well, don't move the map.
Pretty much. Yeah.
All right. So, welcome to the start of campaign number 5. I was going to say it in Spanish, but I forgot what 5 was. Cinco.
Cinco.
I probably shouldn't read that. That's a GM note. That would be a dead giveaway. So, 3 weeks have passed since the attack on the village. The village has been in disarray, but the higher-ups have managed to protect most of the civilians during the attack. Despite this, many Leaf Ninja were killed, and it has left a great weakness inside the village. Due to the great relations between the current Kage, the Leaf Ninja have had their numbers bolstered by a number of temporary ninja from the Sand and Sound villages. Our team has been split up through the process of helping to restore the village. Now, during these 3 weeks, Silas, you were tasked with helping the rebuilding of structures in town due to your strength and leadership. Lane, you were put on a temporary team of Ombu units dispersed among the wall to keep watch for any unsavory characters trying to take advantage of the situation. Hira, he was sent to the medical areas where he helped perform medical ninjutsu, as well as surgery under the tutelage of Sakura Uchiha.
Oh, okay.
Silver, you were charged under Silas in assisting with the rebuilding process. And Jim, you were put on the task of working with a number of other Earth ninjutsu specialists to help repair the wall and gate of the village, which throughout this time you met and befriended a young ninja by the name of Hiruzo Sarutobi. So, you all receive a call to the Hokage mansion, but not to the Hokage's office as typical. You are summoned to the critical care room in the same building. You also all get a +1 to your reputation.
I don't want to be reputable.
+1, are you serious?
And every single one of you will now need to make 4 rolls. 3 will saves and 1d8.
Let's do this.
So who rolled the 4? Silas did. So Silas,
Yeah.
you're walking towards the mansion and by a building that is being actively repaired. Walking by, you hear a man yell, "Heads up!" You look up and you see a board is tipping and falling towards you. Roll a reflex save.
Couldn't I just, grab it?
No.
No, roll a reflex save.
GG.
No, it's too easy.
Get it night, just like it would smack your head.
I'd rather
Yeah, you
not.
could.
I'd rather not.
I really like the times when it's freezing on you, Silas, because right now you just look like you're really greedy and, making a plot.
I would never. So I would like to, with the reflex save, I'd like to grab it.
Okay.
Is that okay? Did I pass?
Sure, okay, yeah, sure, you can catch it.
Do I need to make a strength check also, or does that count with the will save? Or with
Nah,
the,
you'll be fine.
I mean, that will save, whatever.
It'll be fine. Let's see, what did you do? You got... What? Why the fuck did I not clarify what I was supposed to do with this?
Connor, can you see me again?
Yeah, I can see you.
Connor's the only one moving on my screen.
Okay. So Silas, that man, you see the man then climbs down to you and he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Are you okay?" And as soon as that happens, you hear a whisper in your head. "The action of a fool. Make him regret it. Attack him. Attack him."
Just my eyes are blinking several times.
And since you didn't fail all of them, you're able to kind of come to grips with yourself. You're like, "Oh, yeah, shake it off." Yeah, just kind of
I'll
looking at
shake
you.
it off when the dude.
You okay?
I'll shake it off when the dude asks me again.
Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah. Um, this your board?
Yeah. Sorry about that. We'll be sure to be more careful with it.
Where do you need it?
Just right up here. Gestures to it.
I just reach back up with the board and hand it back up.
All right.
Sudden impulse, you smack that guy in the face with the fucking board.
Mm,
No, but I think my dude's blood pressure is probably raised, and his face is probably pretty red, like he got mad or something. That's probably what the dude was like. Are you all right?
Okay. So next up, Lane and Silver. You two run into each other as you're walking towards the Hokage mansion,
Hey.
and you're walking along until you see a familiar face walking up to you. Marco.
Polo.
Polo.
Too
He
late.
walks up and goes, "Oh, hey, how have you been doing? I'm here helping defend the village and help rebuild the wall. Here things have gotten pretty bad for the Hokage to be pushed back that far, but I heard your team was pretty instrumental in pushing everything back. Good job."
Out of character, do I know him?
Yeah, you had that one mission with him, remember? When you were tracking out Masate?
I'm sorry. A lot of things don't ring a bell. It feels like it's been so long.
He was
Continue.
the angry, punchy guy who punched the puppets.
Okay.
Yeah, remember you were in that puppet room?
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Go on.
I says, yeah, good job, everyone.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that you're here helping out.
And let's see. Silver, you don't hear anything. Lane, you hear a voice in your head.
Oh. Are you talking about the Will Smith?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
You hear a voice in your head just whispering, "He jeopardized your mission. He is a liability. Protect your village. Kill him here."
So your hand just reached for you. For your neck.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that.
It's you're able to kind of push it off and remain in control a little bit. Since none of you got 3 fails, you're not following the voices.
Okay.
Unless you opt into it.
Were you expecting that?
I thought it was a possibility.
Well, it depends on the
No.
voice.
As I hear it, my hands just instinctively reach into my little kunai pouch thing and grab a kunai, but then I go, wait a minute. No.
Breathe in your mic a little bit there, Travis.
Wait a minute. This isn't my conscience speaking.
So Mark is just kind of seeing that, kind of looks a little put off. He goes, well, I should probably get going. I've got my post to get to. Good luck, you two.
Yeah. Have a great time here in the village.
Mm-hmm. And he runs along.
Good kid. Good kid.
Jim, you're walking towards the mansion, and all of a sudden you trip on a rock.
Son of a bitch.
You look back at the rock and see it's not just a rock. It's a safe that's partially in the ground.
Ooh.
Do you have a lockpicking kit?
No, I do not.
You cannot
know it.
open the vault. However, you hear a voice in your head.
Mm-hmm. What does the voice say?
Make them regret it. Place a bomb on it and rig it to activate on a timer.
His instructions. I place a bomb on it, and I blow it up immediately.
All right, so it blows up, and you see it opens the vault itself, and you see that there is 3,000 Rio in there.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, it's blown up. It can't be used.
Nah, it's fine.
This is safe. Yay! I got 3K.
GG.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
That's the voice in your head.
There's a nerd.
Spooky.
Fucking knew it. Something's
So-
wrong with that dog.
You all arrive at the Hokage mansion and make your way to the critical care room. Upon arrival, you see a door to a number of familiar faces. You see those who were involved in the final battle. Owari, Rook, Shikamaru are all sitting up in their hospital beds. Owari and Shikamaru bandaged heavily. Regeko is leaning on a wall next to Rook, Coyote standing alone in a corner, and Naruto is sitting in a chair next to Shikamaru. Jim, Upon entering the room and seeing Awari, you get an incredible headache all of a sudden,
What do you mean?
and you see an image flash in your mind. You see
Oh,
Awari
no.
glaring at you through a net of kunai tied with a yellow thread. The headache then fades, and you return to reality.
Jeez.
Silver, you also have a headache. And
I
all of a
like
sudden,
where you go with this.
you see Awari with two swords drawn, dashing at you and slashing. And then your headache goes away. And you
Can we
return
get
to
more
reality.
scripted with that? I need to really relive this experience.
Connor, I appreciate what you did. I love it.
Unfortunately, that's all your vision is going to show you right now.
I love it.
Sorry, I'm going to figure out where my notes left off there.
Right.
I do have a more descriptive thing written out for you if you'd like. I forgot I actually wrote this down.
Yeah.
So you're facing Awari, who appears cocky and confident. He has two swords drawn, both glowing with a yellow sheen, humming with electricity. He jets towards you at incredible speed, slashing the swords eight times. The headache fades and you return to reality. So there you go. There's your more descriptive version.
What about me?
So after you two kind of look at that, Awari kind of looks back and forth. He goes, "Well, so you're who we have to thank for taking care of that thing." And he looks specifically at Lane. Such a young girl did what everyone in this room couldn't. The gifts of the Uchiha. They ironically shine through your shrouded heritage.
I'm just gonna like one eyebrow up. Like, really?
Where did Silas go?
Uh,
Where did Jim go? All right, well, we're just
practice.
gonna continue on while we wait for Silas to return. So you see Naruto turns to you all. Hello, everyone. You've been called here for a mission and an explanation. Well, what little an explanation we can give you. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Awari. Awari then clears his throat. Hello, Silas, and Lane, and new people. Awari chuckles to himself.
I
You're probably-
scowl at Awari.
He smiles at you. You're probably wondering why I'm here and not in a jail cell. Let me explain to you why.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna activate my Sharingan as he
Okay.
says that.
Okay, so you activate your Sharingan. You notice something a little different about him immediately. You notice his chakra is a different color than it was. It's not blue like a standard. It's more of a glowing gold.
It's like fools, right?
God killer confirmed.
No, separate from the thing that you saw earlier.
With Fu?
Right, it's separate from that. The colors are similar, but it's different.
Hmm.
Because with Fu it was a yellow. This one's much more orangish. It's a gold.
Okay.
And so it continues on. Now, let me explain why. I had heard about the Shinobi Union Guard killings and sought to track down the culprit to, well, and he looks at you, Silas, to make sure that we didn't lose another member of the Leaf. I found Tengokin, the Samurai Guard member who was on your team, and, well, I stalked him. Eventually I encountered G, ready to jump in and help Tengokin, but things changed. I watched Tengokin battle. He was the fastest samurai I've ever seen. He was battering G like he was nothing, and then I saw a tentacle of black liquid emerge from G, latch out and grab Tengokin. The liquid seemed to enter his body, and after that, Tengokin was writhing in pain. That's when G went up and asked about his village. Tengokin sold you out like the coward he was. I decided not to help him from that point. G finished him by causing an explosion that seemed internal in his head. I followed G back to his hideout where I found the rogues and discovered their plans, and reporting my findings to the Leaf. But you had all already left on your mission, so we evacuated the citizens and prepped the defenses. Kote takes over, and that's why he's not in jail. As much as I hate to admit it, it's thanks to him that our casualties were so low, and we were able to stop most of their offensive. But Awari takes back over. Things weren't quite so black and white. As you heard, the creature came here looking for someone. We know that someone to be Ken. After I made my report to Naruto, he broke into the room, eavesdropping. He said that he'd encountered a creature like that before, and he had a way to put him down permanently. But he needed to find an item to do it. So we sent him off, hoping he could make it back in time. But, as you are all fully aware, he did not. And he still has yet to return. So, well, you saw the damage that that single creature did to our outer walls, to what it did to our village, what it did to us. And a creature did it with no effort at all. It has no chakra, can't be tracked through normal means. It's a true threat, and it said it wasn't done with us. That's why we need you to find Ken. If he knows how to end this thing permanently, then we need him as soon as possible. Naruto takes over, and that's what your mission is. You'll have 2 objectives. Objective number 1 is to find Ken. Objective number 2 is to find what Ken was talking about. He said it was in the land of frost, and so that's where he went. Now don't let the name fool you. The land is covered in coastlines and forests, not snow. It was the site of the 4th Great Ninja War. Unfortunately, we don't even really know where you should start, but the country has been changing pretty dramatically recently. There have been stories of a man going around healing impossible wounds, protecting the villages, and guiding the nation to a new age of prosperity. His power is, in fact, so great, he might even know where Ken is, or what he was looking for. But you must exercise caution. The Land of Frost wasn't very friendly with outside ninja interference after the war. So, that's everything you need to know with that. I would also like you all to give us regular reports. Once a week, I would like either one sent through carrier pigeon or through a wireless call to this frequency. He hands you out a piece of paper. Now, any questions?
How long is this expected to take?
As long as it needs to.
Until we find him. Will that be all?
That'll be everything. You have until noon to do whatever you need to, and then leave.
All right.
Dismissed.
So after that happens, Naruto stands up and he walks out of the room. And then Awari speaks up to you. He goes, "Now, I understand how a lot of you might think of me, but I have a personal request of you. If your encounter leads to that impossible healer, I want you to ask him to come to our village to heal someone. Someone that you've met, Silas. The teacher of my teacher, Mike Guy. He was crippled in the 4th Great Ninja War, and if this man can heal impossible wounds, well, no one deserves it more than he. If nothing else other than goodwill, I'll answer any questions you might have of me. We can go to a separate room or have a private conversation or do it right here. Does anyone have any questions they'd like asked?"
I do, but it's in private.
Why'd you destroy? He destroyed the waterfall, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you destroy the waterfall?
Because their village was full of people who were intending to destroy our village. They were going to self-destruct themselves and take our nation down with it, and I would not allow that to happen.
Why did you partner yourself with Orochimaru?
He was the means to an end. Necessary.
Okay, Sasuke. I say that metagamingly.
Any other questions?
Not
No.
for right now.
I have
Maybe
no
when we
questions
get
for
back.
Tree.
Alright, and so he kind of stands up slowly out of his hospital bed. He goes, "You said you had a question for me in private, Silas. Let's go."
Yes, master. Oh, wait. Yes, master.
So it leads you into a side room. Yeah, just a couple of doors away. It's just you two in there. He goes, so, what's something you'd like to hear?
In the
Uncovering
last
Rita's
in the
celebrity
last
status.
battle, I felt powerless.
You and me both. So, what's it that you're looking for?
Takes out a piece of paper from his pocket, piece of parchment from his pocket. I've written some things down, and I was hoping you could help me locate some things. I've heard some things. I've read up on some things while I've been fixing the village, and we've been separated. Our group's been separated.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, during the tuning exam, Marco had a huge power burst at one point.
A technique that actually originated here in the Leaf Village. Are you interested in learning that?
Yes.
So he continues, yeah, that technique was originally developed here. And it was taught to my teacher, by my teacher, the one who I requested you bring the impossible healer to heal. Through that, well, I'm also familiar with its basic forms. I can't access. Well, let me tell you what it is. It's called the Eight Gates.
Yes.
I myself am not able to access all eight, but you should know it's a very dangerous technique where if you do access all eight, you could probably take me down in a fight, but it would kill you to do it.
I don't have
Oh,
to
you
worry
may
about.
survive.
I don't have to worry about fighting you, Master. I'm worried about the point where if it comes to it and I need to save everyone, and that's the only way, it has to be done. To sacrifice
Well,
my life for the betterment of others.
I'll talk to my teacher. He'll be better to train you with this kind of a technique than I am. And when you get back from your mission, hopefully you'll both be free at that time, and he'll be able to give you the basic lesson in it.
Thank you.
Now,
And
what
then-
else?
My bloodline, I've read up on it. Because as you know, I don't know much about it. There are certain people in the bloodline that have kind of like what Lane has.
The unique eyes.
Yes. And it makes them more powerful. It makes them be able to do things that I couldn't even imagine doing.
Any ocular jutsu can always give you an incredible advantage in strength. That one particularly would probably be considered the greatest of them all. That said, I wouldn't get your hopes up about it being able to accomplish it. It's an incredibly rare and requires an incredible set of conditions to be met to unlock it. Unfortunately, I can't help you in that one.
If you come across anybody that has it, will you let me know?
Yes.
I will
You already
protect.
know who has it.
I'll protect my friends and family. I'll protect my friends, who
Who?
now I consider my family,
Fucking God
And-
killer.
and this village, by any means necessary.
Well, it's an admirable goal. If there's anyone who I find using it, I will let you know.
Okay.
I think
Anything
I
else?
think Anna
Two
got
more
it.
things, and I'll.
He's already dead.
So yeah.
Two more things.
That's why Jim
and,
says the God Killer.
I will allow you to get back to what you're doing. Oh, speaking of which, I also read that there may be a way to get the Ten Saigon. Is that how they say it?
Ten Saigon, yeah. Ten Saigon, something like that.
1 second.
Is the
Sounds
Moon
crazy.
Village still a thing?
Moon Village is nothing I've been privileged to. I'm afraid I can't answer anything on that. You could try talking to Naruto, but he's quite busy right now.
Naruto's been there. So
That's
is
why.
Hideki.
So is it Geki?
Yeah.
GG. Riff.
I've heard tale that the last person that had the Tenseigan died, and they took his eyes, and they have it on display.
I can look into it. Unfortunately, the Moon Village is very private, and it's no easy feat getting there.
It is on the moon, after all.
But I can look into it for you.
Another thing is, you seem to have increased your power dramatically.
He kind of nods his head. He goes, well, there are two means behind that. Number one is a tailed beast, as I'm sure you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
The Nine Tails, held within Naruto, is what gives him his incredible strength. The Eight Tails within Killer Bee gives him his, and the One Tails within Gaara gives him his. I'm sure you remember Fu, meeting her when we destroyed the Waterfall Village.
Yes.
She possessed the Seven Tail, and now I do. Bless you.
How'd you come across it? I thought it was a kind of a random thing.
Roll a gather information check. So he kind of looks at you and he goes, well, I figure it's about time I tell you. Fu always intended to die in that fight. And as a result, we didn't want the Seven Tails to go into an unsavory opponent. So when I tell you about this, about working with Orochimaru was the necessary means to an end, it was for that as well. There are few people in this world who I trust to be able to seal a tailed beast, and Orochimaru was one of them that did. I did it on the pretense that he would give it to me, and he held through with his part of the bargain. After I was freed from the prison, I went back to Orochimaru's hideout, and we did the sealing technique to get it back inside me. I'm able to have a considerable amount of control over it in a short amount of time because I knew the beast beforehand, and it liked me. We were able to cooperate from the get-go, unlike many. Yellen?
Then what's his name?
The Seven Tails name?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not here. You can't ask that question.
I've read up on a.
But if you were specifically curious, it was Chome.
Yeah, he definitely didn't have to go look that up.
Yeah.
I've read up on a couple of them, and there was one that particularly spiked my interest. The four-tailed beast, Goku, Son Goku.
No. That's mine. I don't care. In any life, that's mine.
Nope.
Unfortunately, you're not here, Jim. So.
Motherfucker.
So Awarikan looks like he goes, I can see how that would be good for you. A specialty in Earth Jutsu, so in some ways it might be better suited to your teammate Jim, but when it comes to its physical prowess, I imagine it's best suited for you. I don't know much about where the beast resides other than it's in the land of Earth.
So I kind of have a lead there. And your other reason to be more powerful?
And he pulls out a scroll, and he presses a hand to it, and he conjures up 3 swords. You see 2 of them are kind of the long blades with the arc at the end, and you see the other one is his blue blade. And he goes, you've seen me use this one, gesturing to the blue one. This was held within my family, and it was passed on to me when my clan perished. These swords all carry unique abilities with them. Incredible relics that have incredible power. You could always seek them out, but they're rare and far in between. These 2 here are known as they're from a group known as the 7 deadly or the seven swords of the mist.
I was about to say.
Seven
tell
deadly
us.
sins.
I've
You want
These
this.
specific ones are known as Kiba, the lightning blades.
they go perfect with you.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. If you're looking to seek these out, unfortunately, much of their information is lost. A number of them that we know about have already been claimed. You've seen another one. In the tuning exam, when the Waterfall Kage and I had our battle, he drew his. The explosive blade, Shibuki. I imagine that if there were any of the swords that you'd be interested in, it would either be Shibuki, the explosive blade, or the executioner's blade. Looking at your sword right now, the full blade, the executioner's blade is the best one. However, I don't know its current whereabouts. If you run into the former Kage, Kakashi, you could ask him. From what I heard, he was the last one to have it in his possession.
Where can I find him?
He could be anywhere right now. Could just look around the village. Sometimes he's hanging around here to give information to Naruto, and other times he might be at the training grounds looking at the memorial stone.
Didn't that one water guy have it though, and then it broke? Like
I was gonna
broke.
say I had a character like that one guy who was hanging outside this game. Didn't you have it?
What was his name?
He had it, and then he lost it.
But it broke. Like it was dead.
Say his-
Remember the last person who had it? He wasn't the last one to even have it in the canon. It was Zabuza's revived body,
What was
Yeah.
his name?
and he used
What?
the destroyed blade to cut up a target, and the blood literally regenerates the sword.
I know that.
What was his name?
Zabuza
Well, I thought
was
it was
that
like.
guy.
No, the dude that you said you'd go talk to.
Kakashi.
Kakashi.
Dude, I want to look this shit up.
Hey, I spelled it right. Nice.
You're learning more and more Japanese every day. Pretty soon you'll be a weeb, just like us.
Rip.
So I looked up all this stuff on the swords, though I can make sure I didn't bullshit any of them.
All right, I believe you, but I'm still looking this up.
Too late, fam.
Whatever.
I'll
Anyway,
tell
I
you
never
was-
heard
yeah.
of any Owari having Kiba.
Yeah, Suigetsu lost it when he was imprisoned by the Land of Iron Samurai. He later he attempted to locate the blade after his escape, but he was unable to find it anywhere. During the clash, blah blah blah, reincarnated Zabuza, blah blah blah. Eventually, Kakashi Hatake took it, who had been immobilized by Haku, blah blah. Following the defeat, Kakashi took the blade and demonstrated skillful use of it. But when Kakashi was later found saving Naruto from Tobi, the sword was no longer in his possession. So I've taken my own liberties of what happened to it.
next. Okay, so I look at Owari. I said that's pretty much it, other than trying to find anything else equipment wise that could help me, but I'll have to find those on my own, I'm sure. By the way, this is well overdue. And I'm just wanted to say I'm glad you're back. And then
He chuckles to himself. He goes, "Good to be back."
I give him a hug. A light one, because I know that his
He
back hurts.
pats you on the back as it happens.
Don't leave us again.
In this temporary.
Shut up, Mike.
Don't go this way, don't leave us for
silver.
a pack of cigarettes. Never
Don't
come back.
betray us for Orochimaru again.
Oh,
I
I
like
fully
that.
expect that because
Anything-
he is original.
Oh, one more. There's one more thing before I leave.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I saw Orochimaru, he said something about it. He was talking to me, or he gestured towards me and said something about a failed experiment. What did he mean by
Roll
that?
gather information check.
Aw.
He just Ori kind of looks at you and goes, "I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that."
Liar. All
You
right.
just gotta get in his face and yell, "Where's Rachel?"
Where's Rachel?
Rip.
All right. Well, Get best. Get well soon. I'm gonna head over to the memorial stone.
So you step out where your team is waiting for you.
Oh, really? Hey,
Mhm.
guys.
Yeah, y'all waited for him. I don't care what you
Oh,
say.
really?
Y'all waited.
I was gonna say, it's like wait.
I'm sitting on my ass, tapping my toes, tapping my arms, with my arms crossed, going, "What took you so long?"
I was fucking your nan. Oh,
My
Why is
nan's
his name?
dead. You don't know shit about me.
Rip.
go on,
There you
Connor.
go.
So you all start to leave the mansion when you see a man in front of you with white hair and is wearing a mask. You all recognize him to be the former Hokage, Kakashi.
Hey.
Hey, sounds like you can ask you a question now.
And he looks at you and he gestures to you all. He goes, "Hi, everyone. I need you all to come with me. I need to talk to you about something. About Owari." Everyone
Very well.
following?
Yeah.
I'm going to.
He leads you to his home, brings you inside, gestures you all to sit, where he prepares some tea and sets a cup in front of all of you. Now, there are some things that you all deserve to know about him and his situation in this village. I talked to Lord Seventh about telling you all this, and he's consented. Now, where to begin? Silas, you were the only living member of Awari's students. Where your team knows him as a traitor and a butcher, you knew him as a master. I had a teammate, a friend, who plunged the world into chaos and started the Fourth Great Ninja War. It's thanks to him that I am who I am now, but he is one who I ended up having to fight when he was a traitor. In my situation, he did end up being an ally and returning to us, but let me ask you, if Owari was allowed to return to the Leaf Village as a Leaf Ninja, would you trust him?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
He kind of you see a little bit of a shift in the mask that gestures to a smile.
What was that?
Yes, I see. My best friend, Mike Guy, Owari's teacher's teacher, is one of the people who I trust with my life, and he believes without a doubt that Owari can be trusted. But there's something that he doesn't know that only Naruto, Lady Fifth Hokage, Coyote, and I know. And after today, you all will know too. You aren't allowed to tell anyone. I can't put more emphasis on this. Now then, as some of you might know, Owari's village was destroyed when he was a child. The Waterfall Village and joint operation with the Ambu of the Leaf were responsible. Silas and Lane, you two already know this. It was in your report that the rogue ninja Orochimaru told you when Owari destroyed the Waterfall Village.
Wait, Connor.
Yeah?
Do I get any flashbacks at this point?
Okay, sure. When he's telling you this, you and Silver both kind of have a little bit of a headache, and you kind of remember being in a jail cell looking at Orochimaru.
Oh, yeah.
GG.
But even he, even he didn't know the purpose behind it. The reason was because of Chuitsu. The old Ambu leader used the fear of the Baransu clan's power to manipulate the waterfall into helping. The real reason was because of fear of the God Killer. The God Killer lived a long time ago, and he was among a clan of ninjas that would steal gifts and bloodlines of others. But he was a unique one in his clan. He retained the old gifts when he took a new one. No one else in his clan could because of the constant changing. And as a result, they never fully developed their combat. A man familiar in martial arts would see a new ability and take it, but could no longer use those martial arts. A gift of leeches, and it's why their clan ended up being wiped out. But he survived. According to some notes that you and Lane gathered in one of your missions to the that sand temple, we can fill in some of the gaps. It's time you all knew what some of those are. Our records show that he attacked that village seeking revenge, and one of the men in that village that Shuitsu attacked escaped the massacre, and he told our most powerful ninja about him, Lord First Hokage and Madara Uchiha. Choitsu showed up and attacked the survivor, despite those two being around him. The God Killer succeeded in killing the victim, but Madara was a master of genjutsu and trapped Choitsu in an illusion. The First Hokage was a master of sealing jutsu, and he sealed away the God Killer. We don't know why they didn't just kill him then and there, but I believe they must have had some reason. Regardless, our notes don't show what he was sealed into, and after the First Hokage died, it was lost. The leader of the Anbu knew the risks of Chuitsu returning to the world, and so he took it upon himself to guarantee that the Chuitsu could still be stopped by genjutsu. The Baransu clan are the only people immune to such a thing. Now to the focus of why I've brought you all here. Owari will be brought before the Shinobi Union Court. They're already on their way, and he will be tried through the jury there, and they will determine whether or not he will be allowed to rejoin. He destroyed a nation, but he also saved one. And if he can convince the others that the Waterfall village was planning an attack, I think he will be allowed back. Should that be the case, Naruto has informed me that he'll be sent as backup to your mission. That means you will all be the targets of Choitsu again, and your mission will lead you to a man with impossible powers. It's imperative to all of us in the ninja world that you stop Choitsu if he tries to absorb these targets. And to that end, at least one of you must learn a sealing technique capable of sealing someone as powerful as him. I'm familiar with sealing techniques, but not one that's that potent. I know this is a lot of information, but we don't have much time. Ken is the secret to your mission. I've seen it firsthand. He's capable of incredible sealing abilities. And I think that's why the dark creature wants him. Because it somehow knew, and it was afraid. You have to find him and learn his sealing technique. Only then will you stand a chance of stopping the God Killer. But now I've already kept you on long enough. You all should get going.
Well, thank you. Lord. 6.
That here on the back. It's up to you.
Why the fuck are you
Did you
Kozakai
get
right
that?
now?
Am I really Kozakai?
Yeah,
Oh my god, I forgot to change it.
that's why I said you did.
Oh, my bad.
GG. So, want to do anything real quick before leaving?
I do.
I also would like to do it.
I'm
All right,
just
so-
nervous to walk away.
So, Silver, are you going to stand up and walk away too?
Yeah.
All right, so Jim and Silver, you start walking out, and Kakashi looks at Lane and Silas still kind of sitting there. As well, I guess you have some questions to be answered then.
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, I don't have questions for him. I have other things I need to do before we go on this mission.
Oh, okay.
That's
So then
fine.
you
Just walking out
stand
with
up and
us.
walk out as well.
Well, I
And
stand
Silas,
up
you're still standing there.
I wait for our team leader, so I stand, but I'm not walking out. After all, I
Okay.
am Shadow.
My shadow.
So he looks at you, Silas, who's still sitting. He goes, "Is there anything you needed?"
There is.
Oh my goodness.
I need your sword.
He kind of raises one eyebrow. Come again?
Your sword.
The executioner blade is what it's called.
I see Kakashi pulls out a white blade. And you see it's not that sword.
Oh, I
Goes,
wanted that
is-
heirloom.
Is this what you're talking about? Because this is a family heirloom, and there's no way I'm giving this to you.
Dude,
No, sir. The big one.
Fuck.
Gonna have to be a little bit more specific here.
The
you're-
executioner's blade.
How old are you again? Sorry.
Get
He goes, that. Well, I'm afraid I don't have it in my possession anymore. I've put it back where it rightfully belongs. At
Wait,
Zabuza's grave.
wait. Wait. Was that a pedophilia joke?
Oh, it wasn't pedophilic. It was just like, aren't you not old enough for this?
True.
So I guess in a way it could be, but that wasn't the intent. It wasn't like him coming on to Silas.
Okay.
It was just like, I'm pretty sure this is illegal.
Okay, I just...
Rip.
And so he says, that sword is back where it belongs at Zabuza's grave and sealed in place so no one can remove it again.
How do I get it?
And he just kind of laughs and he goes, I'm not going to tell you that.
If
That
you
sword
want,
is where it belongs.
but if you want me to have a stand a chance of fighting this guy, how am I supposed to?
You cannot defeat that opponent with a sword. A sword won't help you for that. That's all I'm going to
That's-
say on the matter.
Not unless you were someone named Shiro and had a white sword. Not me.
Rest in peace, dude.
Okay. So much for that.
I don't tell you shit.
And so you stand up and walk on out.
Yep.
Now you can still pursue this sword, but you're going to have to go about your own way of trying to get that sealing done.
Should start
So I'm
watching
gonna-
Naruto.
I have no idea how to undo a seal. I don't watch Naruto.
I attempt to do it 1 billion times and then you pay me 20,000 Rio.
Well, I have 80,000.
I'm willing. I want 20,000. I gotta fuel my gambling addiction next time we go to a gambling hall.
Rip.
So, anyone have anything to take care of in the village? Lane!
I need to go talk to, can't remember his name.
Where's Zabuza's grave?
Anbu guy. I
Coyote?
can't- Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember his name. It's
I
like
just think Coyote? Yep.
Yeah, it's just Coyote, but with a not Coyote.
Well, while y'all are
Anyway.
doing that, I'll be right back.
Aye, aye.
Coyote with the K.
So I need to go talk to him.
Alright. What did someone else have to do?
I'm going to the center of town to go and go to the fucking ninja tool shop.
Alright. Silver, you doing anything?
Nah. Yeah,
All right.
belongings. There's nothing I need to.
Go in initiative order then. Jim, you're first.
Okay, I'm going to ninja tool shop. I walk in the door.
Alright. Hi, how can I help you?
I need
Great.
hello.
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 Wait, did you hear me?
You said I need, and then you cut out.
Yeah.
I need paper bombs. That's what I said.
So, what kind of paper bombs you looking for?
Well, superiors.
Well, let me take a quick look-see here. For superiors, let's see here. That's going to cost you that's going to cost you 1,200 Rio apiece.
Okay, cool. I'll take 5.
All right, that'll be 6,000 Rio in total for you.
All right, here you go.
Did I do that wrong? No, that's right.
1,200 plus. That's right.
That's right. Yeah. All
feels
right,
good.
here you are, 5 superior paper bombs.
Oh yeah. I walk up.
All right. Have a good day, sir. Man, I don't know what it is. Something's. Oh, I'm going to say this before, actually. A little bit retroactive. As soon as you walk into the store, you immediately have a vision flicker in your head again, where you see that man who was at the store is pushing a button, and you see paper bombs falling on top of you.
All right, so
and then that fades and
We-
you come back to reality.
All right. We did a mulligan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna tumble. Do a tumble check. And I'm gonna hide on the outside of the fucking door.
Okay.
Why I want to roll?
This is your typing.
It's rolling forever. Come on. Come on, let's see those dice.
1d20 plus sweating.
Let's see those dice.
Why the fuck did you spell sweating like that?
I don't know. Because I was like, I was sweating.
So you succeed on your tumble check. The guy just kind of looks at you. Everything all right there, stranger?
All right, then I'm going to look around and be like, why'd you throw those paper bombs at me? I'm going to look at the ground and be like,
He goes, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. You doing okay?
guess not. Came here to buy some superior paper bombs.
There you go through the
But-
transaction, blah, blah, blah.
All right, sweet.
All right, have a good day, sir. Man, something about that kid seems familiar. All right, so next up, Silas, you doing anything special?
I was gonna go try to find someone and ask them where the body of, and then I forgot what his name was because I went and made my baby a bottle.
Zabuza.
Zabuzai is located.
By the Great
some-
Naruto Bridge. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea where it is. I'll have to ask somebody.
Do you have a knowledge ninja lore check? Do you have ninja lore's knowledge? Or world
I have current events
current? So it's not really current.
and ninja lore.
Okay, roll a ninja lore check.
Also have knowledge tactics, which would be better.
Not for this. Okay, yeah. So you are actually familiar with roughly the area of Zabuza. You know, he is located in the Land of Mist. You know, he was buried somewhere around the Great Naruto Bridge.
Also, before I move on, is there any unsealing techniques that I can learn since I have two spaces to fill?
I mean, you can always look into it. Look into Fuinjutsu. Though you'd have to know Fuinjutsu.
I don't know if I know Fuinjutsu.
Probably don't.
I do
One of
not.
your skills.
I do not.
You're gonna have to find someone who knows how to, and then find someone with the specific jutsu or something to be able to help you. I wonder if anyone on your team or previous team would be able to help with that. I'll tell you this, Kozukai had an ability.
Yeah, Kozuka had a good ability.
Kozuke.
Something to look into.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm
that's
just
it
gonna-
for you.
I'm just gonna head to the place where we need to go to do the next mission, I guess.
Alrighty. Oh shit. Don't mind that.
Ah,
Oh, what the swag?
ah,
Earthquake.
ah. A weird earthquake.
All right. So Lane, you
Oh.
arrive at Coyotes. What's up?
How are we gonna get there?
You have a
Your
car.
car.
I was gonna say, are we taking the car or are we taking a train?
Yeah,
or
we're taking the
something?
car.
There's
It'd be
no
so
train to
much
the Land of
fun.
Frost.
Then I go to my house and get in my car and I drive to
Drive
wherever
to Southgate.
Southgate.
Actually, for that one to be the Eastgate.
I drive to the East Gate and I wait with my dog or with my wolf in
Alright.
the back.
All right. So Lane, you arrive at Coyotes at the Ambu.
All right. I request an audience.
All right. And he, you get the go ahead. Go down the elevator to the bottom floor into his dark room. You see he's sitting there. He goes, "Welcome. What's this about?"
Ninja Batman.
Welcome.
Twofold, sir.
Rachel!
actually.
Sorry.
It's twofold. One, Awari's chakra is like a gold color now.
He immediately kind of narrows his eyes at that.
Like, it doesn't match. Back when we were in the Waterfall Village, I saw Fu, so I got to see what the tailed beast chakra looks like, and this is much more gold than yellow.
Kote just kind of gets quiet, and you see he's kind of looking into nothingness for a moment. And he kind of comes back to reality. What else?
The other one is just about our mission. I was wondering if there were any maps of supply lines, things like, or like weapon caches, anything we might potentially need.
You could always go to some of the old battle sites that happened in the Ninja War, but they're scattered around a lot of the Land of Frost. There might be some supplies still stashed around there, but we don't have anything that's set up through the village or set up through the country. They've been very against us since the war.
I can understand that. But yeah, I felt like I should report on Awari's chakra as soon as I had the ability to.
And you have done a good job by doing so. I will confront him about this at his hearing. Let's see how this handles.
Alright. Have a great day.
Good luck on your mission.
And good luck on keeping that traitor out of our midst.
I'll do everything I can.
And so I leave.
I like to just...
It was more like I'm laughing to myself about
Okay.
something.
Alright.
can't
Anyone
say.
else doing anything?
Negative.
Alright, so you all meet at the East Gate. There's Silas chilling in his car. He's like, yo, losers, get in.
Mitch.
With some shades.
He's got his hair greased back. He's wearing a leather jacket.
Get in, loser.
Playing
We're
with the
going
switchblade.
shopping.
Actually, I'm wearing bathing suit because we're getting ready to go to the beach, motherfucker.
GG.
You're wearing a frost. I thought you'd be wearing like a coat at least.
No, remember you said that in the don't let the name fool you. It's a country of forest and shorelines.
I'm not gonna let him
Yeah,
fool
but
me.
it's like Iceland. What do you pack? What do you pack when you go to Iceland? Big ass coat. Greenland shorts.
Get in.
See, you got it the
Other
opposite way there.
Other way around.
I don't know if you're trolling or not, so.
Nah, I was joking.
Not
Get
that
in.
stupid.
Alright, so y'all hop in, right?
No, of course we don't.
Alright.
Thought I'd just casually
Jim,
walk.
Jim, have a seat next to Red 13. He misses you.
And I
But-
take a seat on top of the vehicle.
Oh, Red 13.
Okay,
You
so
can
you're
call
sitting
me
on top of the
Aerith.
vehicle?
Yeah,
Cool. Red 13 likes his
for as
space.
long as I can.
Alright, roll a balance check. So the car starts taking off, and you immediately feel like the rush against you, and your body starts tipping backwards, and you just fall off, like maintaining your composure the whole way. So you just like fall back on your ass on the ground.
Rip.
Goodbye, Jim.
At which point Silas stops for you, I assume.
Yes, I do. Just get in, Jim.
And then Jim gets in the vehicle.
I just thought of something hilarious.
What?
Jim asks Hira to do something that Hira doesn't know how to do, and he goes, "Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a whatever."
Rip.
That'd be pretty funny. So
The
you're all
business
driving, making camp as necessary, and it takes you roughly 2 days to get to the Land of Frost, thanks to the vehicle.
So
At which
this is
point-
exhausted.
Yeah, so, you've taken a break to make camp throughout this time.
Everybody, it's draining everybody's chakra, not just mine.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
sorry, I'm
pass off the
sitting
check.
specifically on my clothes, so I'm not touching anything.
It's specifically draining Red 13's chakra.
He's not a ninja.
We get that Red 13 is just a skeleton.
It's like a
No,
hyena-looking fellow.
no,
It's
it's
for
okay.
Scooby-Doo again.
Come on, man. Didn't we just have that talk about
Yeah.
the Scooby Doo?
I was trying to do like the hyenas from like that dumb one in Lion King.
And it just became Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Anyway.
wasn't it more like?
There are 3 of them, different laughs, but I didn't do any of them.
Well, one of them is Whoopi Goldberg, so
Have fun with that.
Too bad.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
It's
Too
better
bad.
when you did Scooby Doo.
Hey, thanks, Silver. So, you all arrive in the land of Frost, and you approach a village. You gonna drive straight up to it, Silas?
Yeah, no, we're gonna stop first. I'm gonna look back at everybody. Remember, they don't like ninjas. Maybe we should leave some stuff behind.
I just take off my headband.
Mine's on my arm underneath my shirt, so they're not gonna see it anyway.
Screw that. This is a symbol of honor.
All right, everybody, don't walk around silver.
Walk right next to you.
I jump out the car while it's still rolling.
GG.
I stop the car immediately after he jumps out and park it.
All right.
God damn you, motherfucker.
We kind of park it in the woods a little bit, put some cover over, even though no one can steal it anyway. But still, let's go. Red, you're with me. Everybody,
In the club getting tips.
Jim and Silver, why don't y'all pair together? Lane, you and me.
I
We're
thought you
always
had red.
separated.
I've got red too.
Well, what about Hero though? Hero's with us.
Yeah, here is with you on this whole thing.
Here it goes with Jim and Silver.
Oh motherfucker, you putting the dunce on us?
Well, I mean, I like Lane said, I have red 13 with us,
Why don't we all just stick together?
which pretty much is the same difference attack wise. I mean, neither one of them are going to do a whole lot.
So while you're kind of discussing your formation, you see that you kind of hear a scurry happening in the distance, and you kind of look over towards from the village through the distance that you can see, and you see that there's a group of men huddled in front of the gates. They seem to be arguing with guards outside of it.
Okay, and then
Check
I gestured over to Silver like, let's go.
And then I'm gonna look at Lane and say, so if anybody asks, what's our story?
What do you mean? What's our story?
Well, people may ask when we walk up to the gate, what are we doing here? What are we going to be? We're not ninja.
I don't know. Tourists?
That seems a little far-fetched, especially with our weaponry.
You know, you could always do a ninjutsu check and just turn into yourself without weapons.
Thank you, conscience in my head, but I think I'll pass on that one.
Okay.
Transformation jutsu.
How about you can be my little sister, and we will be bounty hunters.
Okay, bounty
I
I
hunter.
read etchy.
I've
What's
been
wrong
one
with
of
you?
the best. I've been a bounty hunter in the past. It's not like I'd be lying. So I just kind of like loosen up and start walking a little different. Have my sword on my shoulder instead of in its sleeve. Walking around like.
So as you're getting near, you're getting to the point where both of your groups can start hearing the discussion that's taking place with the two groups in front of you. And you hear that the guards are yelling, "You will leave, bandits! If you don't fear me, then you should fear the Sage. You should know that the Sage of Light is here, and he will stop you."
Are they talking to us?
No, I said there are two groups ahead. One that are guards and one that's a different group.
And it's not about me. I'm the Sage of Light.
At which point you see that there's kind of one man who kind of stands out, having like a scar on his face, purple long hair. He goes, "Why do you think we're here? Bring him out. We've heard the legends, and I've always wanted to kill a legend." And at that
Oh,
exact
okay.
moment, you see the gates open up, and a man begins to walk out of the village. This man has a fairly petite figure and long blonde hair. And the man looks up, he goes, "If you're looking for me, I am here." At which point the bandit, he just kind of looks, and all of them just burst out laughing. Oh, this is the Sage of Light? Pathetic. I don't know what I expected.
Have we met this
Alright.
guy before?
No.
He sounds familiar.
Rip.
Alright, let's end him and raid this village. So the bandits all draw their weapons and start to run at the man, who then raises a palm to them. And you see that the bandits all stop in their tracks, as though they were frozen in time. And then you see, one by one, they fall to the ground.
Turned to dust.
They don't turn into dust.
Some sort of genjutsu.
Silver, you've turned black.
Rip. So have you.
Nice.
And until eventually they all until they all fall to the ground. The
Yeah.
guard cheers for the sage. You see that the guard's kind of cheering the sage, and the sage smiles back at them. And then he turns, looking to where you were all hidden in the jungle. We have some more
Alright.
guests. Come out, all of you. State your business here.
I'm gonna keep walking over to the bandits, and I want to do a fucking treat injury check and see what's up with them.
So you see that the man immediately raises his hand as you get closer to the bandits. He is, "I repeat, you will state your business, or else I will do what I have to."
Go for it.
We're not,
Over
but
to
we're
the
not
bandits.
all walking with each other, right? Like they were walking ahead of us.
He's gesturing to all of you. You can see he's looked you specifically in the eye, both groups.
Oh.
He's cross-eyed. This motherfucker.
Going back and forth.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of him being cross.
That'd be hilarious.
Yes.
You have 5 seconds.
Well, I can tell you right now, this is my little sister. We're here just seeking refuge.
And you'll vow yourself to that truth?
Yes.
You see he
Yeah,
raises
wow.
his hand at you all, and you see a light bursts out of his hand.
What are you talking about? We haven't said shit.
I was getting ready to say something.
I'm saying that cut you off.
Rip. Impatient.
Motherfucker.
You know what? He just raises his hand. He just kind of keeps it aimed at you. You can say what you want, Silver.
There it was. I was getting ready to say, well, that's not what we're here for.
And what are you here for?
We've come looking for you.
What with me?
Information, specifically.
I cannot give any information to those who might be corrupt. If you would consent, I will put you through the trials.
I'll
No.
go through the trials. Says the only one that's probably not corrupt in this group.
Rip.
I
You
mean,
just lied to him
We're all
straight
corrupt.
out.
It's
Man
not a
flat
lie.
out lied and murdered a village full of civilians.
I'm not. My dude's not lying. He actually is seeking refuge for the night.
I ain't
my
your
little sister here.
Well,
Rip.
I see my group as my family. This is my little sister. Silver's my brother. Jim is my brother. Hero's my brother. Hero's my brother. They are my family now.
GG.
There is no lie from Silas.
He goes, there will be no entry into this village without the trials. You can all consent to them and go through them optionally, or you will be forced to go through them.
I'm gonna look
Sounds
at him now.
mildly totalitarian.
I'm gonna look at him and go, "What are your trials?"
You will see. And you see the light shines from his hand,
Oh,
and you all
God.
fall unconscious.
Now
And
we
then
all
he brings up the
disintegrate.
new screen. Here we go.
We all disintegrate into dust and game over.
Yep.
Game
Here
over
it comes.
right here.
Hatching dragon. What the hell?
Critically hitting.
I'm
So
alone.
I did something a little bit different here. Can you guys see? So like you should be able to see like your narrow pathway, and that's kind of like hits walls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've been testing with dynamic lighting. This will allow me to do more fun things and to fuck you over more later on.
Yay.
hmm So technically, like you're all like here. I'm gonna show you like Silas. You see how your vision's cut off right there?
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Lane.
Oh, cool.
Ah!
Hey, is the blue the
Why
chakra?
do I not have
and
any
then
chakra?
The red, the chakra reserve.
Why the fuck do you have chakra and chakra reserve, Travis?
Oh, I added them.
Nah. Don't add that at all. Just your
Okay.
health is all that's necessary for this.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I had the right
I see
health.
Silver's
It
done the
still
same.
had 94, so I was just making sure.
Yeah, there's a reason for this. It'll all be covered.
Because we're in a drain. There is no chakra in the
So, you all wake up inside of a room. You
Well,
see that
wake up
you are
check.
alone in this room. The room has white walls, a white ceiling, a white floor, and a white door. There is no source of light, yet you can see everything around you quite clearly. You quickly realize that you have none of your belongings and even your clothes are different. You're in a gray shirt and pants. Another moment passes, and you realize you can't hear anything. Not the rustle of your clothes, not your own breath. To test this, you try to speak, but nothing leaves your throat. You realize you feel an emptiness inside of you as well, as though you're out of chakra. No, not quite out of it. You realize you're empty of chakra and your reserves, and that it's not regenerating, as though it's been completely gone, completely taken from you. And now we're going to go into the turn order. Jim!
What do you want me to do?
Is that what you say?
I don't say shit. I don't fucking know. I was gonna walk forward.
Alright, so you're going to go up to the door and open it?
Yeah.
Alright, so as soon as you go to walk to open the door, you notice that the door handle doesn't turn. You know, we're just gonna. Let's just save time here. So you all go to immediately open your first door. You notice that the door doesn't open. But then you hear a voice echo inside your head. A deep voice. It's not coming from inside the door, not coming from outside. You can see it's very clearly inside your head. Who are you? Jim!
What? My character keeps moving around. I'm trying to keep him at the door.
What do you mean he's moving around? You keep moving him.
No, I'm not touching him. I move him to the door, and then he goes sets himself back right where he's at. See where he's at right now?
Yeah.
Stop moving.
He's in front of the door.
Okay.
He's right here.
See it. I don't even see it ping. I want to ping.
Can y'all hear that?
Hear what?
Good. I'm gonna play that in the background the whole time we're in this room.
GG. So the door says, "Who are you?" Jim!
I haven't did shit.
You're up.
Ah.
You're first. Answer the question.
Who are you?
He's frozen on my screen with a big smile on his face. He's like,
Did you not hear what I said? I said
No.
I'm Jim.
You said you're Jim?
Yeah.
All right. Lane? Or sorry, Silas, you're up first. Or up second.
I am Silas of the Leaf. I am the last of my bloodline. And the last of my family.
Lane?
I'm Lane Shimikaze of the Leaf Village, formerly of the village hidden in the rain.
And Silver.
I'm Silver.
Like your answer.
Did you laugh like that when you answered? No. It affects the next part of the question, Mike. You need to answer it.
Is your brother gold?
Yes.
And he's got another brother named
No
Platinum.
more questions.
So then the door opens, and you all see a hallway extend forward, with another door at the end.
Wonderful.
Y'all
However,
walk up to that door, however.
I'm waiting.
Speaking for me? Okay. You go to open the door, and once again you hear the voice echo inside your head. The room ahead of you is a mystery. There might be an enemy, an ally, a snarling dog, a crying infant, a treasure chest, or anything at all. You may enter the room with one of 3 items: a sword, a key, or a medkit. What do you choose?
I'm gonna pick the goddamn key.
All right, Jim chooses the key. Silas?
He says dog, and I look around for Red 13. Where's my dog?
Yeah, you don't see Red 13.
I enter with a sword.
With sword. Lane?
What were the options again?
A sword, a key, or a medkit.
A med kit.
All right. Silver.
I was actually gonna go with the med kit as well.
Silver has
Alright.
to copy somebody.
All right, and then so you all see that item that you requested appears in your hand, and you all open the door. You see an empty room, and that item immediately disappears.
Weird.
It's a test.
So you open the door from this room, and once again, you see another empty hallway. Moving you all up again.
Cool, we just went through that door. Like there was no trial that one for there. All right, cool.
That was a trial.
Yeah, some of these things are just questions. Okay, so the third door, you go to open the door with no voice this time. The door opens and you see an empty room ahead of you. But a moment passes and you feel a churning in your stomach. And a moment later you see a shadow begins to take form ahead of you. You recognize this shadow to look just like the entity that attacked your village, but a little bit smaller. What do? Jim?
What do you mean a little bit smaller?
A little bit smaller. Like where it was like 6 feet, it's now like 5 feet.
Well, so I just walk up to it and try to open the door behind it.
So you're just going to walk through it?
Yeah.
All right. Silas?
This is a test. The light in me will shine through you. I approach it and do the same, walk through it.
Lane?
I'm just gonna stare at it for a little bit.
All right.
And then go. You weren't really a big deal the first time. I shouldn't have a problem this time. And then I'm gonna walk through it.
And Silver.
Can you describe it again? He says just a shadow.
It looks like that black entity that attacked the village, but a little bit smaller.
Oh, okay. The heck is this guy even giving us this for? Alright. I guess I'm just do the same thing.
All right, so you all walk up to the shadow to walk through it, and you see it puts its hand up and stops you by touching your chest.
I slap the hand away.
And then, before you can do that, you see it immediately kind of like flexes its palm, and it shoots you back into the doorway.
Strength check.
No strength check.
Oh. Ignore hardness. It didn't hurt me.
You haven't taken damage from this. It just pushed you back a little bit. And so at this point, you see that the creature begins to form what looks to be a shadow sword in its hand.
Jim,
What do you want me to do?
it's your turn.
I know. Can I use ninjutsus in here?
You can try.
Okay, I'm gonna try to teleport.
You immediately notice that your teleport does not work as you have no access to your chakra, as was stated previously.
Alright. So it's got it's corporeal. It's got a sword. I have my gear. I have shit. So I'm just ready a stance. What's that stance called? Give me a second to read my stance.
You mean those stances that cost chakra? Yeah, good luck.
Does it cost tracker? Yes, it does. Son of a bitch. So I'm just gonna get ready to block an attack.
Okay.
So
Silas?
What is it you want? Ask your question.
Lane?
I'm gonna pretty much say the same thing. What do you want? Smoke thing?
Silver?
Can I do like a will save?
Like a genjutsu check?
Something like that, yeah.
Sure.
Like, is this shadow actually real?
The shadow remains.
Can I do
You believe it
anything
to
else?
truly be there.
Can I do anything else, or is that my turn?
No, you can still do stuff.
Alright. I'm gonna confront it then.
You gonna attack it?
Move right in front of it. I'm not gonna attack it.
Okay.
We've already done that once.
No, we walked through it.
We tried to, and it put his hand up.
I'm not gonna do the same thing now.
Yeah, you're
Alright.
stopping right in front of it, not trying to keep on going. So, Jim, what did you do again?
I readied myself to block / dodge an attack.
All right, you see it doesn't do anything. It's just standing there.
Okay.
Well,
Then I guess I'm gonna try to walk up to it again. See what it does. When I'm like right in front of it. See if it'll try to slash
Doing the same
me.
thing Silver does.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Silas and Land, we're skipping you. Silver.
Alright. And now I'm gonna actually attack it instead of trying to.
All right. You're gonna attack it. All right. Jim, back to you.
I'm just gonna stand there.
all right, Jim, back to you.
All right. So a moment
Give it back
passes,
to Jim again.
and the shadow fades for all of you.
Interesting.
They wanted to see how we would react to it.
And you all continue on to another hallway.
So the real
Coolio.
question is here, is that obviously we're the main characters, meaning there's no real way to fail this test. What happens if there is a way for us to fail this test and we die?
Then you get a new character.
You get back into the room and kill the try to fight the shadow again. Show yourself.
So you go to open this fourth door. And I scrolled too far in my notes. And as you walk into the door, you see an empty room again. You walk inside, and the door behind you closes shut. You hear a voice for a third time. This is your final trial. When you enter this room, you will face an ally of yours. You must defeat them, or else neither of you will make it out. The winner will be released. The loser will repeat an adjusted version of the trials. And you see a form begins to take place ahead of every single one of you. And you all recognize what it is that's looking at you.
There we go.
Owari!
You ready to go in limbo?
So
For all you
Silas,
crazy.
you see Awari. Lane, you see Hira. Jim, you see Silver. Silver, you see Jim.
Oh my god.
Who does
Jim!
Hira see?
Huh? Hira sees you.
What a weirdo.
Really?
Wait, Owari's
see-
here taking the trials?
Wait a minute. How come I have to see Owari and everybody else gets someone like that? That's not fair.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna attack Silver.
Okay. Where are you going to? Like, are you gonna go? Like, how are you attacking him? Full on attack?
Full on attack, so I'm gonna use
Okay.
both my wait, how many attacking actions do I have?
Since you have to move up a little bit, you're gonna only be able to attack him once,
Oh shit.
unless you can attack from a distance.
No, I mean I can attack from a distance, but I don't have any kunai on me.
Yeah.
Attack him one good time to the face.
Rip.
All right. What's your defense there, Silver?
I mean, we got no gear right now, so it's gonna 22 minus 4, 17,
17. That's a hit.
25.
Roll for damage, Jim.
All right,
So you-
1d6.
You step
Like a
forward.
punch.
Yeah. I just smacked you with my fist. Is it 1d6 or 1d4?
1d4 if you don't have the perks that increase that.
Okay, 1d4. Add 2.
1d4 plus your strength.
Yeah, add 2 to that d4.
All right, so 4. Silver, you take 4 points of damage.
Rip.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a long battle.
Yeah.
GG. I gotta wait.
Silas, you are up.
Awari, I know I can't defeat you, even with hand to hand.
Remember, you're speaking and he can't hear you, and you can't hear yourself.
But I must try.
So you're just kind of mouthing that.
Yes.
And you see Awari's in a ready stance as well with his arms up.
Oh man, I did it again.
Rip.
Group.
Did what again?
There.
Okay, so you go to hit at him, and he very swiftly and agilely dodges your punches.
That's it.
All right.
Shit, excuse me.
Lane. Yeah, you've definitely got the hardest fight here, Silas.
I know.
Hmm.
I fully think I'm gonna probably have to retake this test again.
GG.
Voice, I need some clarification.
So you mouth the words, and you hear no response.
Hmm. Well, it makes
That's right.
considerably more sense if we're under some sort of very powerful genjutsu for our squad's healer to get out of this, and then he can find a way for us to get out. So I'm just gonna sit down.
Okay. So you're going to sit down. And now it would be the equivalent of Hira's turn. You see he does the same.
Hmm.
This is the stuff that I was asking him about earlier. So this is what he was legitimately planning on doing.
This
That's funny.
frustrates me.
Rip. GG.
And Silver, you're up.
Alright. So I'm gonna stumble back a little bit from that punch. And then I'm gonna gesture my hand out for a draw. Or I guess a truce or whatever you want to call that.
All right, Jim, you see the same thing.
Okay, well, then in that case, I'm gonna grab his hand and do the draw or whatever. Shake on it.
Shake hands.
A hug afterwards.
Let's go in limbo, fam. We both win. and
So
we
you're
both
hugging him?
Lose. Well,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
shaking
trying.
hands. You gonna hug me? What the?
Like where we're holding one hand and pat each other on the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bro. All right, fine. We can be.
No, I thought you just like randomly just like hugged me when I tried to shake your hand. I was like, what? Hey, I'm good at it.
And Awari attacks Silas and knocks half his health off. Here we go.
And Awari is going to do a full attack action against you,
All right,
dealing non-lethal damage.
200 damage. You can go unconscious.
Nah, he didn't have that type of he didn't have that type of power. Not with just not with his hands and no chakra.
So he's able to hit you 6 times with this.
They're all hits.
All right.
Don't worry. Every last one.
And so that would be...
Damn. Damn.
You take 36 points of non-lethal damage, so your hit points don't actually change.
Doesn't that trigger a what is that, the mortal or whatever?
The like massive damage save.
Yeah, massive damage.
Not since it's non-lethal, no.
Well, I thought it was against constant. Well, I guess unless you're not doing it like that.
No.
Yeah.
I have problems with the massive damage save because in Naruto, with all the jutsu you can learn, that happens way too often.
It would, yeah. Well, that non-lethal though, not lethal damage.
That's true. Regardless, no. In this situation, no. But you see, as soon as those hits are done and you kind of rebrace yourself, Silas, to keep on going, every single one of you, boop, disappear.
What do you mean? We're like looking through non-existent bodies, like with ghosts.
And you reappear
Reduced.
in a room with all 6 of you facing each other.
Warrior's here too.
I told you he was.
I know he was really here.
His trial is over. He has found us.
GG.
All right. Let me calculate your totals here real quick.
He is a lot faster than we are, after all.
Oh, we're getting crazy. Gosh, dang.
So you can fail the trial.
So there's technically no way to fail this trial, but you'll find out exactly what the test was meant for. So you hear, God damn it, I'm gonna pull up my notes. You hear the voice begins to speak again. You have all been given a score based on these trials. So you're all sitting, by the way. You're not standing. You're sitting in this room, all sitting opposite of the person that you fought,
I stand up.
and you are unable to stand.
Ha!
It's in my
Son
notes.
of a bitch.
Literally written, and are unable to stand.
Son
And
of a
it
bitch.
Right next to him, it says "Fuck you, Jim." I believe is what it said.
So y'all hear that voice again. You've been given a score based on these trials. The score is one all of the citizens of this country have to take, and it will determine your status, rank, and allowances while inside this country. Silas, you received a score of 0.
Is that good? Is that perfect?
Lane, you received a score of 3. Hira, you received a score of 2. Jim, you received a score of -2.
What?
Silver, you received a score of 3.
How I get
Lari.
-2?
You received a score of 3. Now, Jim, you are the lowest of the city residences. You will be housed in a public barracks and given basic rations. And so no one else hears this, just you, Jim. As a guest,
Why?
you are given leniencies on passage. You may go where you please, but if requested to leave, you must cooperate. Failure to do so will result in disciplinary action. And while you're hearing that, Silas, you're hearing, you are the more common residents. You will be housed in apartments with your own room, but shared dining areas, bathrooms, and entertainment areas. As a guest, you may go where you please, but if requested out by a higher rank, you must cooperate. Failure to do so may result in disciplinary action, or in best case scenario, reaffirmment. Lane, Silver, Hira, and Awari all here. You have shown your prowess and dedication to what can and should be done. You will be among the highest of our residents, second only to our savior and master of light, Lord Hikaru. You will be given your own personal homes and a choice of what meals you should desire. As a guest, you may go where you please. It can only be requested out by another of equal rank. Of course, this goes without saying to someone of your stature, attempt dialogue. Should your efforts fail, you must cooperate. And if you are not the owner of, must cooperate if you are the owner of the property. Failure to do so will have you summoned to our hearing council where you may discuss the matter in an encouraging light. If you wish to take the trials again, you may do so after a 3-month waiting period. Request a hearing with our Lord, and the next appropriate steps shall be taken. Now, before we send you on our way, you may ask any questions you so desire. And immediately you kind of hear like noise cracks back in your ears as you're able to hear each other's breathing. At which point, Awar is going to take the initiative, and he goes, "Is there a town square where we're going?" The voice responds, "Yes." And then Awar looks at everyone and goes, "Meet there at noon."
Understood.
Now, if any of you have questions.
What did
How'd
I
I
do
get
wrong?
-2?
So the creature, or the voice spawns, starts talking again. And it says, "In the first room, you told who you were, but did not give the full information. That gave you a +0 on your score. On the second room, you took the key. A key is quite literally the key to greed. You did not choose the medkit to help an injured. You did not choose the sword to defend the weak, or to stop the evil. In the third room, you did not fight the evil head-on. You attempted to negotiate. That resulted in a score of +0 as well. And in the final room, you fought your opponent, trying to harm them from the very get-go."
I have a question.
Motherfucker, he agreed? Bullshit? Are you serious? He agreed? Motherfucker, I was using that to unlock the goddamn door so I can get through.
Yeah, of course you were. You weren't hoping for that treasure chest at all.
I
I
thought
was-
about it at first, and I was like, "What if it's not the key?" We go to the
There was a treasure chest?
That's what it said in the thing before. It said no matter what, the door's gonna open, you can go in, but would you choose to help you in there? It was
Oh.
very clearly stated. All right, Silver, what's your question?
So if
I
we're
thought I
ranked
heard
based on the
that.
test, then what are you ranked as?
And the
He's
voice,
God.
the voice just kind of laughs. I'm the one who made the trials. I got a +4 in this exact trial.
Yeah, of course you did, punk.
How come I
I-
didn't get a +1?
You told the truth about yourself in the very beginning. You gave full details. That got you the +1. You took the sword, +0. Not the greatest of kindnesses, but not the worst. Then the third door, you attempted to negotiate, resulting in no positive change one way or the other. When faced with evil, it is your responsibility to fight it. And in the fourth one, you also attempted to fight instead of trying to be patient and see what happens.
When I find this motherfucker,
Any other questions?
I feel like your test is skewed.
And how do you mean?
Awari tried to fight me as well.
Myself, I guess. A majority of my decisions were based off of self-preservation, not
Self-preservation is a tool that should only be used when necessary. Against these opponents, you knew that there was no way out. You knew that you were in trials. You should have anticipated this. Failure to do so means that you relied on your instincts. And instincts, whereas can be critical in a life-saving situation for yourself, often result in much more grim circumstances for those around you than should be.
I call Mulligan. I want to retake this trial.
In 3
In
months.
3 months, you are allowed to.
I'm gonna wait here for 3 months, motherfucker.
Unfortunately, you will be immediately forced out into the village where you will be with everyone else.
Are you all knowing voice?
No, I am not.
Do you
So I'm looking for something. Where would
If
we
you
go
wish
find
to
it?
do that, you shall seek that out during your time in the village.
Let us go then.
And so you shall go, and you all fall unconscious again.
I'm gonna
Jim!
kill this guy. Kill this guy.
Jim, you wake up. You wake up in a bunk bed on the bottom bunk with a large number of people sitting and walking around. You're in a large building that seems to be 100 feet tall and housing thousands of people. The smell of the place is clearly less than desirable, and you're wearing a long sleeve and long pants, both gray. You realize you and everyone in the room is dressed the same way. You see a man sitting in the bunk next to you who's wearing the same gray outfit, but he also has a gray beanie and a big gray beard. He's smiling at you. Hello there. So you're a visitor to this village, eh? Must be pretty strange. But if there's anything you'd like to know, feel free to ask me.
So why are we all slaves?
Ah, we're not slaves. We're here because we did not do the trials as good as we were supposed to. Now, our housing is definitely less than desirable, and our food leaves something to be desired, but it's something for us to strive for, something for us to change. And should you want any food that's better than that, you can very easily make a request of some of the higher citizens. They're put in that higher position because they're kind and giving, and quite often you can get more than you're allowed.
So how many times have you retaken this test?
I've attempted to retake the test 1 time so far. I did a little bit better, but still not quite good enough to make it up to a common resident. But, well, I let my instincts take control during the fights, and when everything happened, it's nerve-wracking a little. But I'm still doing my best. I trust in their judgment. They seem to be doing a good job with this village.
And I came to this town with a lot of equipment.
Unfortunately, well, you see, I came from a group of bandits that initially attacked the village 6 months ago. We were taken down by this man, who didn't look like much initially, but now that we've gotten to know him, we know that he's a lot better than than when we first made him out to be. He will probably return your items to you once you leave this village, but until then, you're gonna have to deal with what you've got.
Where's this house
But-
held?
He's gonna be at the south end of the village. Yeah, I'll move you to the village right now so that we can see what you're looking at. Well, you probably don't even know. The name of the village is Shimo Nakabi. We're currently, I'm going to say he just pulls out a map. We're currently housed in this building here.
My ping's the same color again. They are the same effing color again. I was trying to ping it. I was like, what the?
Now, should you desire any money right now, you can feel free to join us. And he kind of gestures over to a lot of people, putting on hard hats and grabbing pickaxes. We have a mine underneath. I promise you, despite how typically mines are, this is safe. We have many guards who watch over it, and, well, our Lord has given us quite a level of protection that I don't even understand. But you're a guest, you're not required to work. So, you're welcome to do whatever you desire.
What
Just
do we get from the mine?
be cautious with it. If you do a full day of work, which is 8 hours, then you'll be given 500 Rio for the day, at which point you can spend at our dining hall in this room.
Yeah, but what are we mining for?
Various metals based on different points in the mine. Some of it's gold, some of it is precious gems, most of it's iron.
What kind of iron?
Just iron.
Huh. Some reason I don't believe that.
Well, you can always take a look at it for yourself, but that's what I know.
Do you have any? I'm gonna go into the fucking mine because I gotta know now.
All right. So that's what you're doing. And Matt says, all right, if you need anything, my bunk is right here. I'll be happy to ask or answer any questions you might have, but my day's, I'm done for the day of my work. And so, Silas, you wake up in a room that has a cold yet comfortable feel to it. You hear noise coming from outside the door that sounds to be friendly and just people talking and things like that. You realize your clothes are back on you, but nothing else.
We were naked during the trials.
No, you had the gray outfits. Don't worry, here hasn't seen you naked.
That'd be a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
Anything that you're going to do right now?
is there? They said there's people around me.
There's people outside the door to you.
I'm gonna get up, stretch, then open the door.
All right, you open the door and you see there's definitely a lot of people moving through a kind of a narrow hallway. And one woman kind of stops and she turns and goes, "Oh, hello there. Anything that we can help you with? You're the new one, right? The guest?"
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we were just about to sit down and have some breakfast if you would like to join us. We're happy to answer any questions you might have.
Oh, good. I'm starving.
Oh, fantastic. Sit down, you start having some food. See, it's bacon and eggs and toast.
I do have one question.
Yes.
Where's my dog?
Oh, if you brought an animal in with you, it'll be in the kennels. Unfortunately, the animals need to have a more thorough testing that our savior is not able to give through the same manner he gives us.
Will I get him back soon?
Yes, absolutely. If you're only here for a short time, he'll get him back no matter what happens when you leave the village. Or if you are here for an extended period of time, then after he passes his testing to make sure he's not violent, he will be with you.
So I assume that I'll receive my weapons back as well when I leave.
Yes. The only other possibility is if you are able to rank up in the city and get to a rank 1 citizen, then you'll get it back then as well.
So rank 1 citizen, would be taking the test again in 3 months. There's nothing I can do in the meantime to rank myself up.
The best thing that you could do is just learn from those around you. Going to the rank 1 members, their part of town is completely accessible and completely fine. Watch them and learn from them. That's the perfect thing you can do. Otherwise, you could always just go and help the people who are in the tier 3.
Do you have a map of the town?
Oh yes, and she hands one to you.
Good.
This is the most fucked up society I've ever been in.
Thank you for the meal. If there's anything I can do, if there's anything that you need me to do right now, I'll do it. If not, I need to be going.
Oh, absolutely not. We're completely fine right now. You are a guest. You have friends who are here with you from what we've heard. Feel free to see them. They might be a little confused and might be worth helping.
Okay. I'm gonna say I head to the square.
Alright, so that's going to be it for you right now. Silva. You and Lane both wake up into a warm-looking room with a large, comfortable bed. You realize you're alone in the room and hear no noise coming from the inside the house. You see that you have all your clothes and belongings back with you, all completely as you remember them. Lane.
Wait.
What?
We're in the same room?
No. You're in separate rooms.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. You're making me out to be kind of slutty this episode. I don't know if I agree with that.
I promise you it's not intended. So, Lane, you realize something, though. There actually is someone else in your room.
That's very disconcerting.
You see someone leaning against the wall. You recognize it to be Owari. And he is looking at the back of his hand, where you recognize he is looking at a ruby ring.
Alright.
You recognize this ring because you saw him wearing it after the fight with Joshin's followers on your way back to the village.
Right.
Owari speaks to you, still looking at the ring. I touched you with this ring while you were unconscious. By doing so, I can track you anywhere in the world. An incredibly valuable trinket that I picked up from Ken. A testament to his hidden prowess, I'm sure. I intended to do so to all of the new teammates, so that way I could track you and follow you, like I can your team's leader. Yet I immediately noticed something wasn't right. I can track Silas's position to be right where he was when you were all knocked out. And when I touched you, it didn't take your chakra. The ring isn't accepting your chakra for tracking. He puts his hand down and looks at you. I also can't teleport outside of this village with my lightning jutsu. It's not right. It's not possible. It's just like when that shield he placed over all of us in the fight against the Dark Entity, from what I heard. Something isn't right about this village. You have the skills of the Ombu, so keep your eyes and ears, with emphasis on your eyes, open. So you see Owari kind of puts his hand down, reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out a small scroll, walking over to you and handing it to you. You recognize the style and the markings to be an Ombu message. He goes, you've been given a mission. I've read it. Since the last time I was given a note by Coyote, it was to stab me in the back.
Sweet.
Silas will still be the team captain of this mission, and you're to watch me and keep track of me to ensure I am not going to betray the Leaf again. It also explains that I'm here both as backup should the God Killer arrive, and the only way we had of guarantee finding Ken. Since he was the original possessor of this ring, I was able to track him as well, but of course it's not working. Still, before I was taken, I was detected his chakra to be inside the village, so it's a start. Or now remember to meet me at noon, and he just kind of disappears a little bit.
Okay.
Oh shit, I forgot about the noon meeting.
You guys had that in mind.
Well, metagaming, there's nothing you can do about it now.
Yeah. No.
Conveniently remember.
So Silver and Lane, are you gonna get ready and go meet at the town square?
Well, what time is it right now when we wake up?
That's like 10 a.m.
Can I go around and inquire about the enlightened ones?
So you're gonna be leaving the house, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Jim, we're gonna go back to you. So you start approaching the mine.
All right, cool. I mean, I go inside the mine. What do you want? What do
All
you want
right,
me
so
to
you
say?
go up to the man who is in charge, who's like handing out the gear, and he hands you a hard hat, hands you a pickaxe. He goes, "You're the guest, right? The newbie."
Yeah.
He goes, "Follow down this tunnel here. Go down into tunnel 1. That's where you'll be helping out. Basic iron."
Okay.
And you start going down into the cave, and that's where we're gonna end things right now.
Hey.
I don't want to go any further without having Hira here. And since, it's my fault that he's not here, I'm just going to cut things.
I want to know if that's dark iron or not. I want to know if I can.
You'll find out next time. So how
Fuck
y'all
next
feel about the
time.
village?
It's suspicious.
Seems like some 1984 shit, man.
For real.
It's just divided into hierarchies based on your rank. Come on now. What's so bad about that?
Oh yeah.
Everyone seems pretty happy
Nothing.
about it.
Nothing's wrong with it.
That's
Everything's
exactly-
okay.
Yeah, see? Jim's already being brainwashed.
Everything is perfect.
GG.
Everything is awesome.
I
Dude,
probably
I
should.
can't.
Everything is cool.
probably,
Next thing you're gonna do is tell us that, oh, hey, you're acting out a little bit, so we're gonna take you to a nice little retreat to Laoguai Lake.
Oh, you got a book, do you?
Yeah.
Come with me.
Yeah. Trying to educate yourself. Beat. He hits the hammer, or not hammer, his bat in his hand.
GG.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.